always continued to go on, but I did it in pain and didn't enjoy it. And everything that I did hurt. And you just start concentrating so much on the pain that's going on that you're just so clouded and unfocused, and you just do it because you have to do it whether you enjoy it or not.
In 2007, I was in an automobile accident, and I suffered headaches, vertigo, ringing of the ears, nausea, memory loss. I couldn't walk a straight line. I felt sick most of the time, but I continued working and going to a chiropractor that we knew from our church. Well, I was getting just a little bit of relief, but the symptoms were getting progressively worse. Went to my family physician, tried acupuncture. That gave me some temporary relief, but the symptoms never went away. So within the first month, the vertigo was gone, and I was able to stop walking in circles like my husband would accuse me of doing. I was able to sleep without waking up with tremendous headaches. And the ringing in the ears would stop. Of course, coming back for an adjustment from Dr. Michlin, the ringing in the ears would go away again. It comes and goes. And I was just feeling so much better, just so much better. My memory was better. I was able to focus on my job better. The quality of life was so much better. It was fun to be alive.
I knew I had my life back when I sat up after the first treatment. I had been seeing numerous types of doctors, numerous doctors for over 8 months. I started in September and never left a doctor's office with even a shred of evidence that they knew what I had or even were trying to find what I had, yet alone fix what I had. When I laid down for the treatment, I hadn't taken any medication that day because I was in the middle of a headache and it was rapidly going worse. My husband was with me. He knows the signs. You can tell I get real pale. And even before I sat up and knew I was better, my husband knew I was better, because he said as soon as we call it pulling the trigger, as soon as the trigger was pulled, he said a wash came over me, which I couldn't see the wash. I felt the wash. I felt a cool wave literally start at the top of my head and shoot out my toe like lightning, only it didn't hurt. It was just a nice cool wave. And within that nanosecond, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like when you're scared and you get the hair on the back of your neck feeling stand up. That's a bad feeling, but this was a good feeling in the same way. When I sat up after the treatment, 2-3 minutes, however long I laid there, the spots on the back of my neck behind my earlobes that I had been complaining for, my glasses fit too tight or something was wrong. They'd been so sore to the touch before I laid down. He couldn't even hardly touch them. When I sat up, he was not only feeling on them, he was pushing on them and there was no pain. And the headache that I had been fighting all day was gone. It wasn't bearable, it wasn't better, it wasn't kind of there, it was gone. I have taken hydrocodone, I have taken Lortabs, I have taken Midrin, I have taken, I think, every drug they can prescribe for headaches. And even with a drug, it takes 20 to 30 minutes to get you to a point where you just don't feel like your head's gonna blow off. I didn't have any drugs, and my head was not hurting. I'd had a constant headache for 8 months. I sat up, and I had no headache. Now, if that's not miracle, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's voodoo, I don't care if it's miracle, I don't care what it is. I didn't have a headache.